Well, welcome guys, and welcome to the bonus video for Metal Gear Solid. So, looking into it, I saw that the name I ended up getting was Tarantula. That's pretty much the same ranking I got last time. I guess I'm just not good at Metal Gear Solid. In order to get, like, a really good ranking for this game, what you need is, like, you need to complete the game in, like, 2.5 hours. You have to make sure you don't continue 80 or more times. You can only use one ration. You can only be discovered up to 4 times, and those are the 4 times that are, like, required to be found out because of, like, scripted events in the game. And killing, like, 25 enemies or less. I did good for most of them, except for the alerts, and I know what those two are. Those are probably the ones that I had in Metal Gear Rex's, hangar bay with that one guard, because I just did not know a way to get past him whatsoever. If I had done the game without, you know, by skipping all the cutscenes and stuff, maybe I would have gotten a better rank, but then I wouldn't have been able to, like, show you all the cutscenes and stuff. Anyway, let's get to the bonus stuff. First, let's show Metal Gear. The year 1995. Deep in South Africa, 200 kilometers north of Garsberg, Outer Heaven, an armed fortress nation established by the legendary mercenary. He was feared in combat by both his friends and foes as a hero and a lunatic. The Western nations have found out that a weapon of mass destruction capable of rewriting war history is under development at Outer Heaven. They have called upon the high-tech Special Force Unit FOX-HOUND to take care of the situation. In response to this order, Big Boss, Commander-in-Chief of FOX-HOUND, sent Grey Fox, the man with the code name Fox, which is given to the best member of the unit. Operation Intrude N313. After a few days, his last message being Metal Gear, Grey Fox was missing in action. Taking the situation seriously, the top men of the West again called for FOX-HOUND. Big Boss selected Solid Snake, who has just recently joined FOX-HOUND, as the agent and entrusted everything to him. Successfully making a solo infiltration to Outer Heaven, Snake got in touch with local resistance members Schneider, Diane, and Jennifer. With their cooperation, Snake succeeded in rescuing Grey Fox. Grey Fox then laid out the terrifying facts about Metal Gear. Metal Gear was the developed name of a nuclear warhead-equipped two-legged walking tank. It can walk through even the roughest terrains that would stop normal tanks. It can conduct local warfare by itself with unique weapons like its Vulcan cannon and anti-tank missiles. It was indeed a new type of weapon that can conduct a nuclear attack against any place on the face of the Earth from any land surface. With Metal Gear, Outer Heaven was trying to establish its military superiority over the entire world. In order to destroy Metal Gear, Snake rescued Metal Gear's chief engineer Dr. Petrovich and his daughter Ellen, who was taken hostage to force her father to continue with his development. Snake hears from Dr. Petrovich how to destroy Metal Gear. However, as Snake approached the heart of Outer Heaven and Metal Gear, well-designed traps are set all around Snake, as if all of his actions are being leaked to the enemy. In the midst of the escalating battle, the leader of the resistance, Schneider, fell into the hands of the enemy, and Snake himself was injured through the deadly battles with Outer Heaven's best mercenaries. But Snake's indomitable spirit led him to the 100th floor basement of the secret base where Metal Gear was developed. Evading the powerful defense system that wipes out all intruders, Snake ultimately succeeded in destroying Metal Gear. Snake tried to escape from Outer Heaven upon completing the mission. However, during the escape, he was confronted by one man, FOX-HOUND Commander-in-Chief Big Boss. Big Boss laughed at the astounded Snake and told him of the truth about his mission. While serving as the Commander-in-Chief of FOX-HOUND, Big Boss also ran a mercenary dispatch company utilizing his connections and capital from his years as a merc. He was planning to build this company as a larger military establishment, and he built Outer Heaven as its base. His purpose for sending the rookie Snake to Outer Heaven was to cause information confusion against the West. However, Big Boss miscalculated. He never thought that Snake would make it this far. Having lost Metal Gear, Big Boss activated the self-destruction system of the underground base. While the countdown to destruction continued, his scream echoed in the emptiness. "You have gone too far." On the 100th floor basement, the battles between two men commenced, free of ideology and politics. The armed fortress nation, Outer Heaven, collapsed. The impenetrable fortress made from the best military technology and occupied by the toughest mercenaries burned in flames. Behind him, the flames reached skyward as Outer Heaven fell, leaving Solid Snake all alone. So that was the events of Metal Gear 1 for the NES. This is Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake. 1999, the world was facing an energy crisis. It was obvious that the supply of petroleum would run out faster than expected. However, the development of an alternate energy resource is far from completion. The price of petroleum has skyrocketed and the world economy is in confusion. The 21st century was expected to be one of chaos. One man's invention changed the entire situation. A, a Czech genius and biologist, Dr. Keo Marv, invented oilix, a microorganism that refines petroleum to produce a highly purified form of petroleum. The world was filled with hope upon the discovery of the Messiah to solve the energy crisis, but at the same time, the world entered a time of tension regarding this new algae. Just when the whole world's attention was drawn to Oilix and Dr. Marv, he was abducted by someone and disappeared. Nations began investigations immediately, and a name soon appeared: Zanzibar Land. Zanzibar Land was a democratic military regime that suddenly appeared in Central Asia in 1997. When their uprising took place, the CIS army, formed around Russia, sent a suppressive unit immediately. Zanzibar Land resisted by gathering a band of mercenaries from nations around the world and fortifying most of its land. As a result, the CIS army was repeatedly defeated, and Zanzibarland declared its independence. Due to the active role mercenaries played, this war was called the Mercenary War, and Zanzibarland was referred to as an armed fortress nation, a military nation with a group of strong mercenaries surrounded by a tough fortress. According to the latest info, Zanzibar supposedly was armed with nuclear weapons. The only scenario was crystal clear. By attaining oilix in addition to nuclear weapons, Zanzibarland was trying to establish its economic and military superiority over the entire world. Concerned about the situation, the U.S. ordered Roy Campbell, Commander-in-Chief of High-Tech Special Forces Unit FOX-HOUND, to rescue Dr. Marv. Campbell was a former member of FOX-HOUND. He brought back Solid Snake, the man who single-handedly brought down the armed fortress nation of Outer Heaven 4 years ago, and asked Snake to bring back both Dr. Marv and Oilix. Infiltrating Zanzibarland, and with the help of CIA agent Hori and others, Snake was able to go deep into the fortress and meet again with Dr. Petrovich, the chief engineer of Metal Gear at Outer Heaven. He too was abducted to Zanzibarland and was forced to develop another Metal Gear. He told the surprised Snake of an even more shocking fact. Big Boss, the man Snake had defeated at Outer Heaven, turned out to be the general commander at Zanzibarland. Snake rescued Dr. Petrovich in cooperation with Nastasha, Dr. Marv's guard and former Czech International Security Police agent, and then headed for the confinement facility deep in the fortress to save Dr. Marv. When Petrovich and Nastasha crossed the narrow suspension bridge over the deep valley, a missile blew the bridge away. Nastasha flew into the air because of the explosion. While unable to do anything to save Nastasha, Snake started hearing a well-known voice. "Snake, we're good buddies. I can let you go. Just leave this place at once." Gray Fox. Snake saw Gray Fox controlling Metal Gear, the best soldier in FOX-HOUND who, after the fall of Outer Heaven, disappeared, as if he followed Big Boss. Losing Nastasha in front of his eyes and letting Petrovich get taken away, Snake screams, "Fox, I will not give up." After a series of deadly battles with mercenaries, Snake finally made it to Dr. Marv's confinement facility. However, he arrived too late. He saw Dr. Marv's corpse and Petrovich, who could do nothing but just stand there. Petrovich told Snake that Dr. Marv could not withstand the repeated tortures because of heart problems. He then received an emergency call from Hori. The information he supplied was very shocking. Petrovich had been voluntarily visiting Zanzibarland to develop Metal Gear. The abduction of Dr. Marv was conducted under the directions of Petrovich himself. After the truth came out, Petrovich attacked Snake, but Snake easily put an end to him and obtained the structural plan for Oilix. While trying to escape, Snake was confronted by Metal Gear again, controlled by Gray Fox. The tremendous battle took place in the underground base. Snake finally succeeded in destroying Metal Gear. However, Gray Fox did not submit and challenged Snake to the final battle. In the midst of a minefield, Snake and Fox fought without any weapons, a fist-to-fist duel involving no hatred or murder intent. During that weird moment of purity, the two were bound by forces transcending words and emotion. Snake won the tough but pure battle against Gray Fox. However, there was still someone else Snake had to fight: Big Boss. Just like 4 years ago at Outer Heaven, Big Boss was waiting for Snake. One who has experienced the tension of battle can never leave the battlefield. I am the one giving you something to live for, and that is war. Snake was infuriated at the arrogant Big Boss. There is only one battle I have to fight. To free myself from you, to shatter the nightmare. Big Boss, I will kill you. With the structural planet of Oilex, Snake and Hori escaped from Zanzibar land on a rescue helicopter. Snake once again saved the world. However, there was no smile on his face. Big Boss's last words kept ringing in Snake's head. Whoever wins, our battle does not end. The loser is freed from the battlefield, but the winner must remain there, and the survivor must live his life as a warrior until he dies. Snake then disappeared into the white lands of Alaska, alone. Whew, that was a mouthful. So yeah, that is basically the summary of Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 for the NES. Alright. That's enough jibber-jabbering. Let's get to the VR training. Alright, let's try them out. Head for the goal while avoiding the enemy soldiers. Training ends if you're seen. Go away, Mr. Soldier. And there we go.
Impressive, Snake.
So yeah, basically this is just training for the game. Use the radar effectively and head for the goal. Enemy soldiers cannot see behind them.
Impressive, Snake.
Yep. Take the safest path and head for the goal. Crawl when necessary to get through narrow spaces. Like through here. There we go.
Impressive, Snake.
Find the best route and head for the goal. Some routes are less guarded than others. I know exactly which way to go.
Impressive, Snake.
Head for the goal and avoid making loud footsteps in the differently colored areas of the floor. Alright, so these dudes are asleep. So we'll just crawl along it so we don't make any sound. Ta-da!
Impressive, Snake.
Head for the goal while avoiding surveillance cameras. Directly below each camera is a blind spot. Just like that.
Impressive, Snake.
Head for the goal while staying out of the enemy soldier's field of vision. Crouch to hide behind low walls.
Impressive, Snake.
Be careful about leaving footprints and head for the goal. The enemy soldier will follow them if discovered.
Whose footprints are these?
There we go.
Impressive, Snake.
on the walls and head for the goal. Enemy soldiers are sensitive to sound.
Huh? What was that noise? Huh? What was that noise?
Huh? What was that noise?
Impressive streak.
Head for the goal while using all the skills you've learned. Watch out for the searchlight. Okay.
Impressive, Snake.
Like how he did a little jump there. Alright, so that's all the VR training that you can do. Once you do that, then you unlock a time attack mode. But it's pretty much the same thing, just, you know, then you're timed doing it. Alright guys, so that is pretty much the end of Metal Gear Solid. The only thing I didn't show is the infinite ammo headband, or the cloaking device, but there's really not a whole lot of point. I mean, they're pretty self-explanatory. Just wish that I could have gotten a better ranking, but for the purposes of a Let's Play, you have to show everything. Like, you have to show the cutscenes. I actually went through more codec conversations this time because I realized that I didn't really show any the last time I recorded this game years ago. I don't know if I'll ever do Metal Gear Solid 2 for the PlayStation 2, mainly because I've never played it. Maybe at some point I'll play it and see how it goes from there, but who knows, maybe Sunday. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 1 for the PS1, and I'll see you guys next Let's Play. Ominous out.